What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Austin Show. Today we're looking at the LEGO Star Wars Jedi T-6 Shuttle set 7931 from 2011. So you're probably wondering, why do I have such an old set here? But as I go through, I'll explain exactly why. But I just thought this was a cool old set that I take a look at and review. It belongs to the Clone Wars series, so it's a LEGO set based from the Clone Wars. So we'll get all the figures here, have their Clone Wars look to them, so more bigger cartoony eyes. And I got this for one because I don't have anything from the Clone Wars because I hated the look of the sets. I loved watching the Clone Wars. I'd watch them all new, but just looking at the LEGO sets from back then, I just absolutely hated them. So anything that was from the Clone Wars, I just hated and refused to get. But I went back and got this one specifically for the Shaak Ti minifigure because Shaak Ti has been my favorite Jedi since I began collecting Star Wars and stuff back around episode 3. I was buying all the Jedi Hasbro little figures, what are now called Vintage Collection. I was buying all those, and when I bought her from episode 3, she was my favorite. Then we had the LEGO Star Wars games, and playing the first one that came out, she was my favorite Jedi to play as, and then playing the new LEGO Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga game, and just fell back in love with her again. So she has been my favorite Jedi for years now, and after playing Skywalker Saga, I really wanted to get her in a minifigure, and this is the only set that she came in. So I ended up buying the set brand new in box because if you don't know about her, she has a lot of issues. I could have just bought her used and saved a lot of money, but there is a lot of issues with her of her head tail designs, like a lot of the blue colors and stuff fading on her. So I figured if I wanted a good condition one, I should probably buy a brand new in-box one so that way I don't have any fading, and then I'll show the figure and what I've done with her, because she in the set is the most expensive figure. The other three are pretty cheap and you can get them for really good prices, but she is the most expensive, and because of that made this set really expensive. So for me, this was a pretty expensive set to buy that the only way I was able to convince myself to buy was specifically to get that figure, because otherwise I would not spend that money on an old LEGO set. This is the first time I've ever bought an old LEGO set, so that was a new experience, and ordering through Bricklink and everything. So it was a fun experience, but awesome to finally get the figure of my favorite Jedi that I've been wanting. So very cool to have the set. So the ship itself is pretty nothing to me. It is a pretty cool ship. I was quite surprised with building it, how much I did like it, but the ship itself is just, just a ship. And then getting the figures is cool, having the figures from the Clone Wars, because now I'm more nostalgic about the Clone Wars series, so I actually enjoy these figures now. I don't like their looks too much, and overall did really like this set, so it kind of won me over. But this set does have 389 pieces and did retail for $59.99, so I wish I was able to get it for that deal. Heck, Shaak Ti itself is probably worth more than that now. But we can go and flip around to the box just so you can see what it looks like in the back and a lot of the features and stuff, and of course some featured older sets here on the back. So pretty cool looking set design, just the way it works and everything that we'll have to take a look at. So let's go and look at the set, starting with the minifigs. So here are the 4 Jedi minifigures. So of course, as I mentioned, it's based off the Clone Wars, so they have their Clone Wars look to them. So first off, we have Anakin Skywalker. So you can see he has that more big-eyed face and more cartoony look to it. But like I said, by nowadays, I actually kind of like that look and enjoy it. We're back when these were actually coming out. I absolutely hated it. But overall, looks pretty good. So there of Anakin's face. He's got the scars and everything. Looks good. Nice hair. Very similar to what he had in the Clone Wars series. No printing on the back. Since this was 2011, they probably weren't doing that much back then. And it is fun just to build an old set like this and just to see how much has changed over the years. But he has, again, the looks from the Clone Wars. So he's got the brown arms, a little bit of brown underneath, but mostly all black outfit. And then he's got his lightsaber and, of course, his gloved hands, but his nice blue lightsaber stuff there. So he looks awesome. And then, of course, we have his master Obi-Wan. So again, has that cartoony look with the big eyes, but nice beard design and hair, again, matching how it does in the show. And then he's got the Jedi robes with the clone armor. So he has the clone chest plate and the arm pieces, just all white legs. So probably has some of that clone design there as well. Gloves on his hands and his blue lightsaber. And then we have the Jedi that I never know how to pronounce his name. I just call him Saesee Tiin. I don't know if that's correct or not, but he looks pretty cool. Just his design. He has these horn designs coming out the side of his face. Again, the more cartoony look, but he is a little more lifelike design to it. But he's got the big fat bulbous head design and stuff, which has a lot of nice details that look pretty good. And then he has his design, so mostly all brown outfit. He's got the wide arms there, but mostly all brown everywhere else. And then he has a green lightsaber blade, which is pretty cool. That has the classic more yellowish design to it. That's fun. And then finally we have my girl of Shaak Ti. So she's a Togretta. They're one of my favorite species, and Shaak Ti has always been one of my favorites. She looks pretty good with her head tail designs. As I mentioned, they have some fading issues, especially the points up top, and the ones down here are where the fading usually occurs. But she has the Clone Wars design, so you see her bigger eyes. So that's the one thing I don't like about this. I wish they would make just a regular version and not Clone Wars. But overall, she looks pretty good with her overall design. She has all brown robes, but you can see her red face skin going there down to her neck and down to her hands as well. Again, brown all over for her outfit, and she has the brown cape in the back. So again, that's another issue issue with getting a used figure is making sure the cape's not all torn up, and then you can see more of the head tail designs there into the back. And then she has her blue lightsaber. So overall, she looks pretty good, and like I said, just what I wanted. Now, since she is more expensive and, you know, hard to get and want to keep her in good condition, you know, not have her fade, I did find a little case here to put her in. Now, if you follow like online stuff with Legos, there's a company called Wicked Bricks, which I tried to get stuff from because I thought their designs looked really cool, but they were super expensive, and to get them to ship here to the United States cost more than the actual case itself. So I decided not to go with them, but really wanted something to put her in, something nice design. So I ended up finding this company called North Star Bricks, and they actually have this little case design, so it looks pretty nice. It's just this all clear case, and I chose the white base on it because I thought white would look the best, just show her off more. But you can get it in black and maybe blue or something, but you can see it's just a nice design with this all acrylic case design that you just sort of piece together. They send it to you all in the different sections, so like, you know, front, side, so you get the 5 different pieces here that you just all pop together, and they're all covered in plastic so they don't get scratched up. And then we have the base plate as well. So unfortunately it just sits on there, so it doesn't really like stick in or anything, and it fits on a certain way. Like if you turn it this way, it doesn't fit right, but so you have to have it a certain way. So it's not going to be the best, so if you like pick it up, it can tend to fall off pretty easily, but it's just nice to get easy access to her. So I just then put her there on the 2 Lego pegs that are made into it, so the little Lego studs, so she just stands right there in it. I don't know if her lightsaber will be in the way or not, and then just pop her down inside the case, and that's how I've been storing her ever since I got it. So it'll keep her in nice good shape and stuff there, and I'll have her on display, so I always have my favorite Jedi there, and hopefully it'll keep her in good condition, as I said, and keep her dust free and free from dirt and anything else, and hopefully from fading and getting damaged by putting her in storage and stuff. So hopefully this will keep her all nice and good for me for the years to come, just because I want to have her on display and love the look of her so much. So again, the whole reason I bought this set was for this itself. But then we have the build of the ship itself, the T-6 Jedi Shuttle. Of course, every time I say that, I wanted to say the T-6 Tiin. So these are ships that are Jedi ambassador ships designed specifically for the Jedi Order during the Clone Wars. So they look pretty cool, have this all red and white design, just looks pretty awesome. Like I said, the price was $60 US back when it came out, and just seeing how big it is, like I was surprised how big this ship was building it, and the piece count with only 389 pieces is pretty like low as well, but it builds a giant ship. Like I was building this whole midsection here, and it seemed like it took quite a while just to build that, and I built it, I'm like, this thing is going to be huge, and I hadn't even built the wings yet. So it's just a big bulky ship that's really cool, and I overall do like this design. Like I said, I don't remember anything about the ship from being in the Clone Wars, but it just looks really cool. I love the colors of the red and white, just with it cool there. We have some stickers going on. We have the Republic logo there, of course the cockpit in the front, the engines and stuff here in the back, and it has some functions as well. So we'll go and just lift up here, you can see the bottom. So we do have a little like piece, like a kickstand or something here. You can fold it in if you want to play around with it, but if you want it to stand, you can fold it forward there, and it helps give you nice space, helps sturdy it. We have the engine blocks at the back, so the big engines there with the blue designs, which look really cool. I love that. Have the cockpit here in the front and center that can have some functions, as well as the wings. So if you saw the picture, the wings do rotate, so we have this rotational design in there, so we like the cog piece, so it does turn to the side, so it's gonna be hard to fit it in here, so it can turn to the side like this to fly around. So it's much like the Mandalorian ship, so it can, you know, fly around like this, and of course spin around and stuff, the wings. So that is pretty cool. I like that design just overall. I like how you can get it, you know, flat in the center here. It reminds me of like a beta fish, so that's what that reminds me of, just a big fish. So it's cool that it has this rotation in there as well, that you can spin the wings around, can spin them all the way around if you want. So that's just a fun, unique design, very similar to the Mandalorian ships that we've seen that has the wings that flip around. But we have other functions, so of course the wings can spin around there. We can of course open up the cockpit to be able to put our Jedis in there. I don't think they'll all fit. I think you can put maybe 2 in there, but it then also can separate out as well. If you pull on it there, it just separates out, so maybe if something's wrong with the ship, you can use this as like an escape pod or something, but it can just separate there, so you have just the headpiece of the ship that separates out. And then we also do have some missiles that can shoot out, so we have the missiles on the side here, so one there and one back there, and to shoot those off, you just push on the engine, so the ones here, so you just push on it and it shoots it off there. So that's pretty fun. Doesn't really shoot too far or anything, but it's just a fun design, so you can shoot both of those off. And that's really about all the functions there is, besides, like I said, the little kickstand piece there that you fold forward when you want to just have it sit down. And that's really about all there is to it. So like I said, it's just a ship. You know, ships aren't really that exciting when it comes to Legos. They don't really do much, but it overall has a nice, unique design that, like I said, I wasn't too crazy about. I just wanted this set for the Shaak Ti, but getting the actual set and having this makes me like it overall. It's just a very fun, unique design. You can mess around with the wings for display. It'd be cool to have the stands to pop them on, but unfortunately I don't have any stands to put it on. But just a fun ship design overall. Like I said, I was surprised how big it was for as low as the price was originally and for the piece count, but it just carried off the design super well, and it's a pretty fun fun ship that I just really like. But like I said, for me, it's all about that Shaak Ti minifigure. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have this set at all. But that's going to be it for this LEGO Star Wars T-6 Jedi Shuttle review. Overall, it was a pretty fun set. Buying my first old retired LEGO set for the first time, so getting the deal with, like I said, the experience of going through Bricklink, dealing with the prices of older LEGO sets, and especially to get a LEGO minifigure that I really want. So just buying this LEGO set was a whole ordeal that I've never dealt with before, but overall I think it turned out pretty well. I was pretty happy with buying this set. So it's a pretty decent set overall. I like the assortment of minifigures. Getting 4 Jedi is really cool. I love Jedi, so getting 4 of them in one set is really awesome. Just pretty fun set overall. But let me know what you thought of the ship down in the comments. Did you have the ship when it originally came out in 2011? Let me know in the comments. But if you enjoyed my review, let me know with a thumbs up. And I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.